Hi, this is Shauna, and I want to welcome you to Living in This Space. Real talk, because hey, we're all just living in this space we call life, right? It's messy, it's hard, and sometimes it's the most joyous thing we can experience. I want you, my listener, to have a place where the conversation is real and honest. I hope we can spend this time together, validating, sharing, and experiencing all the feels together with whatever topic is on the agenda for the day. Let's dive in. Hi, and welcome back. Today, I want to leave you with some encouraging mantras that you can speak to yourself daily. It is so important to be our biggest cheerleaders, and often we end up being our biggest critics instead. Have you been there? I'm sure you have. I think all of us have. That voice in our heads can be brutal, unforgiving, incredibly critical, and if we're not mindful of that, we can go down a rabbit hole of self-deprecation. We can find ourselves dismissing compliments or encouraging words from others because we've talked ourselves into not believing a word of anything positive a friend or loved one may say to us. My friends, that is a dark and desperate place to find yourself. I've been there so many times, and you may have as well. So what do? How do we dig out of that dull, flat place? Well, we practice some positive self-talk. I know, it sounds hokey, it sounds too easy, and it may even sound kind of new agey to some of you. But it isn't any of those things. It's actually kind, it's loving, it's generous. It's something we usually don't hesitate to do for other people. So why, I want to ask you, are we so resistant to practice this with ourselves? Well, today I'm going to give you 5 positive daily reminders that you can speak to yourself each morning. If it's too uncomfortable, or you feel a little weird about looking at yourself in the mirror while speaking these things, then just speak them to yourself in your head. That's something you can do no matter where you are. So here we go. Number 1, I will inhale confidence and positivity, and I will exhale doubt and self-condemnation. My listeners, I want you to breathe. Take a few deep breaths and visualize yourself breathing in that confidence, self-worth, and peace. As you exhale, visualize letting go of anything negative that is darkening your thoughts. Exhale and let it go. Number 2, I am perfectly and wonderfully made. Okay, there are no mistakes. If you're a believer, then you know that you were created by your Maker's hand. He knows every hair on your head and every cell of your being. If you have no faith, can I just lovingly tell you that you are perfect in every way? Flaws, imperfections, disabilities, and things that may physically and mentally hold us back are relative only in the eye of the beholder. If you can love yourself for where you are right now, then you have given yourself an immeasurable gift. This gift will allow you to move forward each day, knowing that you, my sweet friends, are worthy. Number 3, I will focus on my strengths today. We all have strengths, don't we? If you aren't sure what yours are, then I encourage you to maybe sit down and journal any positive thought that comes to mind when you think about yourself. And, if you're struggling there and you have someone close to you that you trust, ask them what strengths they see in you. Number 4, I will release myself from any anger that I am holding on to. Oh my gosh, anger is like a cancer, y'all. It will eat away at every speck of peace, of positivity, of compassion and love that you have. It is all-consuming. If you don't identify the why of the anger and work through it and release it, it will eat you up on the daily. The Dance of Anger by Harriet Lerner is a great book to read if you're battling this kind of persistent anger, and I really want to encourage you to pick it up and start working through it. Number 5, I will practice self-compassion today. Oh, that's a big one. We aren't usually kind to ourselves like we are to others. We tend to judge ourselves harshly and give very little grace to the amazing human being that we are. Listeners, if you're struggling here, Kristen Neff has written a really powerful book called Self-Compassion, and I would highly recommend you pick this one up as well. So as we wrap up today's Monday Mindset, let's go over the 5 mantras that you can speak to yourself each morning really quickly. Number 1, I will inhale confidence and positivity, and I will exhale doubt and self-condemnation. Number 2, I am perfectly and wonderfully made. Number 3, I will focus on my strengths today. Number 4, I will release myself from the anger I am holding on to. Number 5, I will practice self-compassion today. Listeners, I want you to remember that you are amazing human beings who are worthy and capable of great things. When you practice self-affirmation, you give yourself such a gift. You give yourself grace and compassion. You will step into each day with a renewed spirit and confidence. So, until next time, my sweet listeners, let's all practice some self-affirmation each morning. Hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit follow wherever you get your podcast. And until next time, I hope you live in your space well, my friends.